When I tell you those few final moments had me absolutely speechless, like I could not talk. My brain couldn't even comprehend quickly what the hell was happening. It couldn't compute anything in that amount of space of time. All I remember is I thought Crystal Palace made it 2-2. Then I see that the ball is in the back of the net. And then after that, I just see Kurt Zouma coming from absolutely nowhere, making a flying tackle, making the best tackle of the season, stopping it from being 3-3. Wow, what an unbelievable game. Honestly, I can imagine that some people might have some criticism about this performance, but for me, you guys, Crystal Palace played one of their best games this season. They were physical, they were strong, they made it really hard for us. It was a physical battle, they tried to play against us, they went man for man, and it made it hard. Me personally, I felt like this was a great test for the young players in the team. You know, your Reece James, your Billy Gilmours, your Mason Mounts. At times they struggled. Palace, strong physical team, one of the most experienced squads in the Premier League too. Now these guys are veterans. You know, these players for Palace, they've played how many seasons here? They've been hardened by the Premier League, and this was a great experience for these young guys because there's been countless times this season, so many times this season, we've struggled against teams stronger than us. We've lost that midfield battle and our heads go down. They go down, we don't get back up, and the game goes against us. But today, I saw something different, you guys. I saw players committed to the cause. I saw players working hard, fighting hard, knowing that, yes, they are going to lose that physical battle, but not letting that put them off whatsoever because they were playing for the team today. That's how I saw it today, you guys. So many great performances typified this. I thought Billy Gilmour, he was a prime example of this mentality, this never say die spirit that came out today. You know, Gilmour struggled. Crystal Palace had a game plan, and that game plan was to stop Billy Gilmour. And it worked at times. When Palace goal kicks, I saw Benteke challenging for aerial balls against Gilmour. But what I saw from Gilmour was that he constantly competed for it. He constantly was at it. Every single time he got knocked to the floor, he came straight back up again, and he kept at it. That's what I mean by character. You can't create character. You can only just build it. You can only strengthen it. But you can't create what isn't there. For me, I thought these young guys today, they stepped up. Previous games like this, we lose the game. And yeah, of course, there's nervy moments. You know, I'm going to get down to that. You guys, don't you worry about that. I'm going to get down to that. But for me, I thought this was a great win today. Very difficult game. We came through. And I hope this gives the team even more confidence for future games. I'm EFC, this is Blue Line CV, and today I'm here to bring you guys a match review to our 3-2 win against Crystal Palace. If you like today's video, I suggest you smash that like button if you're happy with the win today. If you're proud of the team today, make sure you smash that like button. I want to get over 3,000 likes for today's video. And without wasting no more time, we get straight into things, starting with the team lineup. Now, I just want to put it out there that for the first time this season, I got a predicted lineup right. I just sensed that Gilmour was going to start ahead of Jorginho in this game today. And my simple reason for that was because when we beat Liverpool, when we beat Everton, we used its exact same midfield three. So Lampard, he doesn't like to fix what ain't broken. I thought that, you know, he played well at times. You know, I thought he did as well as he could. For me, I think Billy won today because obviously his mentality and his character was strong. But still, I still think he gave us a good platform. He started attacks too. And for me, I think Gilmour can definitely hold his head up high. First half kicks off and we see a mistake from Kepa within the first 90 seconds of kickoff. I think that moment told us what to expect throughout this game. Palace made it hard and Palace forced us to make mistakes time and time again. Anyway, after that moment, we get some unbelievable luck, and I think that this restart period has really been favourable towards us. It was a sad moment because it came at the expense of Gary Cahill. Very unfortunate, very sad. He just pulled up in his hamstring, you know, fell down, and, you know, for me, the goal wasn't a case of morals. I'm sorry, morals are out the window. In that moment, you have to capitalise in that situation. Thank God William was there. He forced the moment, simple cut back to Giroud, and we make it 1-0. I think that goal was decisive in the end because we only just beat them 3-2. It was so hard, and I think that goal ended up being the most pivotal goal throughout the entire game. Now, after that first goal, you can see the confidence slowly creep back into the team. we could start to play out against Crystal Palace. And I think in that moment in time, the Palace players, their heads were starting to drop. They were a bit demotivated, things were going against them, and during those moments, their pressing was not on point. Billy Gilmour was not getting targeted, he could play out from the back whenever he wanted, no one was on him, and whenever Gilmour was on the ball, Mason Mount and Barkley could just drop into those spaces with all the freedom and space in the world, and whenever they did, we could force situations where we could go 1v1 and run against the Crystal Palace team. In those moments that were the best moments for us, we created so many great opportunities throughout the game, so the game plan definitely did work from that point. It was after this great momentum that we get the second goal, and wow, what an unbelievable goal. Just the entire build-up phase, and two players that deserve a lot of credit today too, Mason Mount and Willian. I'm going to start with Willian. Willian was pivotal in everything involved in the build-up for all our goals, as has been the story of his season this entire season. So many great pieces of individual moments. It was either key tackles he won, he stopped so many counter-attacks too, his work rate defensively was great, helping Reece James the entire game too, and just some of his skill and his first touch. Like there was one particular moment where I think a ball was just lumped in the air down the right hand side. Willian just controls that easily, running at pace with his chest, takes the ball down superbly, and I think that just summed up his game. He was at it the entire time, and he's been at it the entire season. It was only natural that he was going to play a big part in today's game. I think another player too, in Mason Mount, I thought his work rate was very good as well. Some nice bit of sauce in that first half, some nice skills, some nice touches. He was playing those passes between the lines, increasing the tempo in the game, and he just looks much better playing as a midfield player compared to playing close to the striker. So I think Mason was starting to express himself and show himself a bit more, and I think we're going to see a lot more of that to come. Anyway, now I've got that Willian and Mason Mount praise out of the way, I need to return it back to Christian. I mean, what a goal. Now, you have to understand that goal was very difficult. Crystal Palace, it was very good defending by Scott Dan. I think he was trying to force PULISIC on his left foot to make the angle for the shot much harder, to obviously make it much more difficult to get a good strike on goal. And PULISIC, what does he do? Uses the perfect shooting technique for that moment, for that situation, gets his foot behind the ball, accurate, powerful shot with his left foot. And what is impressing me the most is Christian is getting on the end of these moves. He's getting on the end and finishing them off, and that's like the biggest pressure you can face. All eyes are on you. You have to make that vital, pivotal decision in that moment, and Christian is just relishing in that right now. His form, his confidence, you can see it. Every time he's on the ball, you feel like he's going to constantly get past his man, and I think he believes that too. The main reason I think we're seeing such great form from him is that he's got used to the Premier League. He's understood the pace. He can anticipate defenders better. He feels much more confident physically too. He looks a lot more explosive, a lot more powerful, a lot stronger to withstand some of the pressure too. So credit to him. Great form throughout the entire game, constantly running at Palace. And yeah, of course, a few times he overdid it. But, you have to praise that positivity. You have to praise that passion too. And yeah, his game has gone on to a different level. Before it was like here. Now it's really up to here. I'm seeing a lot of things that I was hoping to see from Christian. He's doing them right now. Defensively was great too. Great performance again. Now, as has been the case throughout this entire season, whenever we feel confident and just feel like this game is completely just like clocks, like we've got this whole game in our pocket, life is easy, moments come from absolutely nowhere. Now, for the Zaha goal, there were two individual mistakes. Reece James giving a sloppy pass away, and Billy Gilmour, obviously, unfortunately, the ball deflecting off him. Now, for me, I think all the credit has to go to Wilfried Zaha. The entire game, he was a thorn in our side. He made the best things happen. I keep saying all the time, I don't understand how he isn't playing for a top 4 team or a European team. He's an excellent player. That goal he scored today, I can't personally blame Kepa. I cannot blame Kepa for that goal. How I see it is, if you put any world-class goalkeeper in front of that goal, facing that shot, and if they conceded, I don't think you'd blame them. I think you'd just accept that for being a great goal. And the way that ball just picks up pace and just swerves so crazy in the final few yards into the goal, you can't really stop that. I think Kepa had his position covered, but yeah, it was just a 10 out of 10 world-class shot. So that's how I'm interpreting that situation. I think once that came, We ended the half pretty bad in that sense. You know, Palace was starting to gain some dominance against us. They were winning that physical battle in midfield. You could see that our midfield was starting to get more tired, exerting so much force to, withstand the physicality of Crystal Palace. And the second half came at the perfect time. Now, once the second half did begin, you could see the tempo in our game fall. We couldn't withstand it for too long. Palace are strong. They have a lot of fitness, very strong players too. With weak players like ours, because let's keep it real. Our players aren't the strongest, and they're going to exert more force, using more stamina every single time they're competing for a ball. So it made sense that we looked to keep our shape play a bit deeper, set off them. I think Gilmour definitely needed that protection with more midfield players playing closer to him and having the defenders behind him as well. And even though it made the game hard for us, I thought we competed quite well against Palace, and they weren't creating too many opportunities against us. Lampard makes the subs, and time again, they pay off, they come through. Ruben comes on alongside Tammy Abraham, and they were the perfect players we needed in that moment to help seal the game. Now, they score the winning goal, making it 3-2. Great goal. I mean, great counter-attacking opportunity, and Loftus-Cheek with a delicate lofted pass to Abraham on the run too, and the way he made it look so effortless and easy. It was just like, most players in this team would never have picked that option and made it look so simple. Loftus-Cheek has that quality, and once he's fully back and firing on all cylinders, he's going to add so much to our team and to our game. It was a great finish by Tammy Abraham, and in that moment, he needed that bit of luck. I think that he's had some decent efforts on goal. He's created a lot of danger in most of the games he has played, and I think that Ruben, his guy, just set him up perfectly, and it was great to see Tammy bury that in the back of the net. But what happens straight after we make it 3-2? Errors come, and I think for this part, I'm going to speak about Christensen. Now, throughout the game, it seemed like Benteke was told to target Billy Gilmour and target Christensen. As the game was going on, you could tell that Christensen was starting to become a bit rattled by the physical presence of Benteke. A few times he wasn't able to hold him, he couldn't firm him up, he was getting spun a bit too easily, and you could start to see it affect his confidence as the game was going on. There was a particular moment after Palace made it 3-2 where, Wilfred Zaha could have been taken down. He had an opportunity to win the ball against him, but he just didn't put in enough conviction behind his tackle. And I just think that it wasn't the best game from him today. And he's very lucky that he had his defensive partner in Kurt Zouma beside him. Now, I've been saying this for a very long time. My issue with Rudiger and Christensen has always been that they don't seem like a partnership. Like, whenever one of these guys is in danger, I don't see the other guy covering them and helping them out. Whenever I see Kurt Zouma play, that is all I ever see. He is constantly the last line of our defense, literally. He's in those positions to make those last-ditch tackles, and wow, we really needed him. I don't think there's anything he could have done for the second goal Palace scored. I think that was all down to Christensen getting rattled, reacting too slow, and obviously leaving his position, and leaving all that free space behind. But as this game was going on, as Palace were throwing more men forward, more long balls, more aerial balls, more crosses inside the box, we needed Kurt today. It was the right decision to make. He's been the right decision to make the entire season. I haven't really understood why he hasn't been in the team, and today he showed everyone exactly why, for me, he is our best pure defender. That last-ditch tackle he made at the end, though, wow, I mean, that is prime Kurt Zouma. And we have to remember, this guy's won a Premier League with us. He's won titles with us, he's won trophies with us. He's not just any bum. This guy's a serious player. He's been part of a winning team. He's played alongside our great legends too. He needs to get respect, and today, wow, the way he just made that tackle too, and he didn't react to it. That's what I love the most, I can't lie to you. The way that he did not react to making that absolute 10 out of 10 beautiful tackle right at the end was not even phased. It was light work, and it was light work because that's normal for Kurt Zouma. So that was great to see, happy to see. And yeah, you guys, they were the big moments that happened throughout the game today. For me, big win. Team stood up, and Palace made it hard. They get a lot of my respect today. A lot of teams haven't played with that type of bravery against us, so credit to them. And yeah, they thought they could do something today, and we proved them wrong. So you guys, on that note, I'm going to wrap things up and keep things moving. Thank you for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm EFC. This is Blue Line TV. I'll see you guys later with the player ratings video straight after this review.